sometimes I think I should have been a school teacher because, man, I like trying to help educate people. Not that I know everything, but just that I try and look at things a little bit differently. Stick around. Hey guys, Bruce the Budget Chris here. Hope you're doing fantastic. Talk to you today about Flourish by Seachem. Not promoting it, just trying to clear up some misinformation about it that are common things that you can see online on videos, that are just, as far as I can tell, pretty much incorrect. Now, let me tell you a little bit. Seachem Flourish is a liquid additive that provides micro and trace elements, fertilizers to your plants, being through a liquid. To give you an idea what you use, you are using one capful for 60 gallons of water one time a week, maybe 2 times a week if you want to, but that's it, okay? And this is not CO2, it's not carbon, it is not macro elements, it is just trace elements. Now, that's very important to remember because, again, this is one part of a series of things you can do to properly grow plants, which includes things like what kind of lights are you using, how long are your lights on, what's the strength of your lights, what's the color range of your lights, what type of substrate are you using, what type of macro fertilizers are you using, like root tabs or osmocote or things like that. So again, this is a small part, okay? It's like you eating some fruit. It's not all you need in your life. It's just one part of what you need to be healthy. So, and why I made this video is because I think that's what happens. I think people buy this stuff and they say, "Oh man, I'm going to go pour this in with my plants, and my plants are going to look like the cover of Better Homes and Gardens." And that's just not the way it works. And so then what happens with somebody says, "Oh, what do you think of that Seachem Flourish?" And they go, "Oh, it's junk. It doesn't work." And again, didn't work for them, but doesn't mean it doesn't work for everybody. And it does work for me. I've used it in the past. I don't use it all the time, but I use it in certain situations where I've found that it works for me. So that's that. Now, what I want to address today specifically are 3 things that I see online about this product all the time. Okay. And I just want to try to straighten it out for you. So, what I did was I sent an email to Seachem Industries and said, "Hey, here's who I am. Can you have somebody contact me who is knowledgeable about this product so I can get correct information and get it out to my good friends like you guys and go from there." So did have a young lady contact me, and we talked about 3 things. Okay. First thing, you will see this online all the time. This stuff turns brown. Okay. Yes, it turns brown. Okay. Doesn't matter if you refrigerate it, you don't refrigerate it. Eventually it darkens with time. Now, what's the problem with that? Absolutely nothing. But for some reason, some people get it in their head that because it turns brown, it's no longer any good. That is not true. Folks at Seachem said that it's normal, it's going to happen, and that it's nothing to worry about. The things that you want it to do will still happen. The elements of this product that make it effective are still there, even though there's discoloration. It gets darker with age. So there you go. The next thing is that it develops a smell. Okay, people say, "Oh, it starts to smell, and that means it's gone bad." And it's like, well, first of all, this isn't like cheese or something where it went bad because you and so you can't eat it. I want to tell you. Let me show you here. Okay, now if you look at the top of this, you can see some staining on here. This is what they mean when they say that this stuff turns black. When you first buy this, it's much more of a lighter color, and then over time it does get black. But it doesn't mean anything at all. It doesn't affect anything. Now, the next thing too is there's just a little bit I don't know if you can hear. It's just a little bit left in this. This is the end of a bottle. I have a new bottle coming, but I want to show you here. Okay, now let me tell you, it's got kind of a funky odor to it, but it doesn't smell like sewage or something like that. So I think people smell it and they go, "Oh, it went bad." It's got a little smell to it, but it's just nothing. And I want to let you know that I would not pour something in my tank that's going to damage my fish, my tank, or anything like that. So when you pour a cap full of this out, again, let's look at like a 55-gallon tank. You'd put about a cap full in. You're going to put it in once, maybe twice a week if you want. If you really want to heavily dose, you can do it up to twice a week. And let me tell you, when you put this in, even if it's pitch black in color and has this little bit of this odor to it, as soon as you put it in your water, you can't smell it. It dissipates immediately. There's no color. It's not like methylene blue or some stuff like that, that like ick medicine that turns your water a funny color for 2-3 days. It's not like that. Immediately the color dissipates, the smell dissipates. There's nothing to it. So there's no problem. But that being said, the other end of it too is just because it has a smell, once again, according to the people at CChem, means absolutely nothing. It doesn't have anything to do with the effectiveness of the product whatsoever. So there you go. And then third, people talk about, oh, you got to refrigerate it or it'll go bad. And by bad, they mean it's going to turn dark or it's going to start to develop this odor. According to the people at CChem, you do not have to refrigerate this. The reason they put on there to refrigerate it is because if you would like to keep that from the smell from developing, that will slow it down. But no matter what, it's going to develop the smell. It's going to develop the dark color, and that's all there is to it. So again, quick recap. I think that people expect too much of this product, and oftentimes because it doesn't, like I said, make their thing look like the English gardens at the Queen's house, that their plants have not been affected by this stuff. That's simply not true. There are micro and trace elements. It's one part of a big scheme of things you need to do to have healthy plants in your tank. And that's it. So give it a try, and hopefully it works for you. And if not, then you know what? I would look at some other things. Do you have good substrate? Do you have good lighting? Do you have enough hours on your light? And remember that this is just like eating a little bit of fruit every day. It's just a part of what your tank needs to have some hardy plants. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for your time. If you have any questions, as always, definitely give me a call, okay? Or shoot me up on there, I guess is what I want to say. Take care with you.